Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today's guided visualization is all about finding gratitude, whether the situation or the person feels like you want gratitude about it or not. Because if you can release the negative and just focus on what is working for you, you'll have more and more of what is working coming to you, as the law of attraction says. So you want to be grateful even for those things that aren't working quite so well, but just on specific pieces of that. Kind of like looking for the silver lining. Hello, I'm Carol DeChaine, and I am a transformational life coach and energy light worker. I concentrate specifically on transitional coaching that will help people get through the certain changes that happen in our lives, whether we want them to or not, and help them find joy and purpose. So if you're ready, let's get right into this guided visualization because we want to be able to find gratitude where we can. So close your eyes now and allow yourself to relax. We're going to now go through our bodies and allow it to release a little bit at a time. Start with your head and your mind and just see a gold light coming through it, relaxing each part of your body as it goes and fills up each part. So as that gold seeps down into your neck and your chest and your back, it brings peace and releases all of that tension that you might be carrying. And as the gold light keeps going down your body, your mind gets calmer as well. Allow yourself to become peace, to become calm and collected and totally in sync with who and what you want to be in this lifetime. And as that gold light goes through your torso and releases some more of that tension, just keep allowing it to happen, allowing your mind to relax more and more. And then that light goes down over your hips, your thighs, and down through your knees where so many of us carry tension, down into your calves and out your feet, taking all of that negative, denser energy with it, allowing yourself to be peaceful, to be calm and quiet. Now, there are times in our lives when we don't feel grateful for certain things, and there are times when we do. So let's start with the times we do. I want you to feel through a time when you had a significant other, hopefully you had one, that you loved or that you were very grateful for. So let's start with that person. Thinking through that person, find one thing that you were grateful about that person. Perhaps they did love you and you were grateful for that. Or they took care of you at a time you needed it. Or perhaps they listened and you really needed that. Whatever it was, find one grateful thing that you can be grateful for about that particular relationship. And I want you to see in front of you a big cup, a rather large sized cup, because every time you feel gratitude, I want you to start filling that cup up with this golden liquid. Just a little bit at a time. So it's like they used to call them a big loving cup or a trophy that's really rather oversized. So keep seeing this gold light filling this cup. Now I want you to look at a time when you had a significant other, maybe it's the same person, that you didn't appreciate them. You didn't really think that they were a good partner or someone that you wanted in your life. Look at them. And no matter what the negatives may be that come to mind, don't think on those right now. Don't focus on those. Only focus on something you can be grateful for. And I know it could be difficult, but focus on one thing that if everything else was bad. I mean, maybe they were a horrible person, but maybe they dressed great. If you get down to that, be grateful that they dressed well and let the rest of it go. Find one thing, just that one good thing that you can be grateful for. And when you find it, toss a little bit more of that gold into that cup. We're going to work our way through a couple of different areas of your life. We're going to work on the career or your job if you have one. And if you don't have one now, you probably had one in the past. So look at one that was good, that you really appreciated. And find at least one thing you were grateful for. Whether that was the fact you had a great boss, or you loved your work, or they paid you well, whatever, or maybe it was because you didn't have to leave your house and you could leave your bunny slippers on while you were working. There was no commute. Whatever it is, toss some more of that light into that cup each time you come up with something you're grateful for. And the next thing to do is, of course, to go to one of those jobs or those careers that you didn't really appreciate very much and find something to be grateful for there. Because gratitude is a habit, it's a way of thinking, so that while we are aware of the things that aren't working, we're not ignoring them, but we are grateful enough for the things that are working for us, that we can attract more of those things to us, while we're still adjusting and changing those that aren't working. So keep working through that job that you didn't love. Hopefully you find at least one thing to be grateful for right now, even if it was the fact that you had 3 weeks of vacation, so you didn't have to be there, even if it's just that. And now let's look at your finances, another one that could be great or horrible. So look at a time in your life when everything was going really well with your finances, and find 1 or 2 things that you can be grateful for, filling that cup up with gold light a little bit more. Did you have more than enough so that you could go on vacation or buy that car you wanted? Or perhaps you paid off a student loan. Whatever that incident was that made you really happy with your finances, be grateful now for that. And now move to the times that they weren't so wonderful, that perhaps you got laid off, or perhaps something else happened that made money and finances in general just a little tight. Or maybe they were really difficult if you were homeless or something. So look at those times. Find something that you were grateful for about those times. Maybe it brought friends and family closer together. Or you found a way to realize how you can live with so much less, and it didn't make you any less of a person. Whatever you can be grateful for, fill that cup up just a little bit more with that gold light of gratitude. When you find that thing that works for you, what you're grateful for. We're going to do one more because your cup should be getting really close to full now, if it's not already overflowing. Look at homes that you've lived in, the ones that were great, the ones that were not. Pick one that was great, that you loved, that you felt at home in if you did. Perhaps you're grateful for the fact that it was large, or you had your own bathroom, or it was in a great location, or maybe you're filling your cup up a lot with this one, because you can be grateful for so much. And now moving on to the home that perhaps was not your favorite. Think of that one and think of what you are grateful for. Maybe the only thing you're grateful for is the fact you got to move out. But think about that. Look at it. And see, even though it's difficult, that you can have something to be grateful for. Perhaps even though the home was bad, the company was great that were living with you. Allow yourself to be filled with the gratitude. See that cup starting to overflow. And now I'd like you to take a moment and look at that cup and see it overflowing with the gratitude and the joy and the peace and the beauty of the kinds of things that worked for you. And now this gold cup filled with light, this gold light, I want you to imagine taking that cup and pouring it over your head so that that light fills up your body. That gratitude is pouring through you, every nook and cranny, lightening up every part of your body, making you grateful for your health, for wealth, for happiness, for whatever it is that you perhaps weren't grateful for before. Knowing that there's always something you can be grateful for. But filling it up with your body, finding that gold light just pouring down through you, through every part of your being, bringing you more peace, more joy, more knowingness that you can have more of this at any time. Gratitude is a habit. It's a way of thinking. And you just need to start doing it a little more often. Allow yourself to have that peace and that gratitude right now, all that light that will stay with you as much as you want. And you can reuse this loving cup. It is definitely reusable. Whenever you have gratitude, you can fill it up with some more of that gold light. So now that you're feeling grateful, you're feeling peaceful, be aware of these feelings, whatever they are, and know that you can have these feelings anytime, even in a bad situation. What you consider bad, or perhaps other people consider learning, they're things that you can move through gracefully. And now as you start coming back, allow yourself to bring this feeling with you, knowing that you can practice this habit whenever you're ready, whenever you're feeling something that isn't the best, that's the best time to start being grateful for those things that are working. Perhaps you're just grateful you have a job if the job is awful. Or perhaps you're grateful that you don't have to work overtime and you get to come home, be with your children, or whatever it may be. Now, as you come back more and more into your body and into your current reality, know that even if you don't like your reality in one or more parts of it, that you can find gratefulness and gratitude, that you can be there and it will make the situation better for you. And now back into your body with your eyes open. Thank you for joining me. And do know that gratitude is a choice. It's something that even when things aren't right, we can go to that space, can find that silver lining so that we can find more and more of those. Well, even though we're being aware of what's negative or what's not working for us, we can start working on those and changing them as we want. But if we focus specifically on being grateful for those things that are working, the law of attraction will bring more and more of those to us. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Carol DeChaine, and if you'd like to know more about me, please look at my website at connecttojoy.com, which I'll have below. If you like the written word, you can sign up for my blogs there, as well as find out more about the transformational coaching and Marconic energy multidimensional, as well as the home and energy space clearings, and home and office, I should say. And by all means, if you'd like to hear more of these videos, please do click on the subscribe button and the bell notification if you'd like to know the next time that I put out a video. Until next time, it's been a pleasure.